The Carousel is to promote Southern Africa's first major tournament of 1994 with yet another world title contest. Stand by, the champion, Kennedy the King McKinney, against the challenger, Jose Rincones, for the IBF Super Bantamweight title, coming up in just a moment. Nothing yet.
Kennedy McKinney is his name, but he likes to call himself, and so do a lot of other people, the King, because he's the world champ. Kennedy, welcome to Southern Africa.
Oh, thank you, and I'm glad to be here.
Well, finally, we do get you over here. Snowed in New York for a couple of days. Has this affected your plans, your training schedule over here then?
No, because when we were snowed in New York, only the flight was snowed in. We wasn't actually snowed in. We had a gym. We worked out at Geraldo Rivera's gym. We had 2 days up there training up there, so it was nice, and no, I had no problem.
Geraldo Rivera, that's the talk show guy.
Yeah,
he's had an experience of boxing himself a few times.
Oh, yeah. I think that's why he opened the gym up.
The super confident champ spoke about his last win over Jesus Salud.
He was a counterpuncher. All he wanted to do was sit back and wait till I punched, and he would try to counter. But me having the reach and the movement gave him trouble. So that's what I worked on, my movement, and not to try to, when I did punch, be it at a distance where he couldn't counter me. I had the reach, so I used my reach advantage, and I moved my moving ability on him. I made the fight easy. The fight was quite easy.
I would say your most impressive win was the one before that against Zavala. That was an awesome knockout there.
Well, that was my first time ever fighting in my hometown. I trained exclusively hard for that fight, just so that I would be impressive. And going into the fight, I knew that he would come right at me, and I knew that he would be standing right there, easy to hit. I knew he could punch, but my curiosity was that could he take a punch? And after he hit me with one of his best shots, maybe he hit me with two of his best shots, and I knew from there, well, this guy can't hurt me, so now let me see, can he take my punch? He couldn't, and I quickly took him out.
All right, you win this one against Rincones, as you say you will. You're very confident about it as well. First of all, before we go into the future, how would you like to win this one?
Well, it doesn't really matter how I win this fight. This is not one of the fights that I'm predicting to go out and knock the guy out. I think, this guy's a mover. He's going to move. He's not going to allow me to sit down and punch at him. But I think, 5, 6, 7 rounds, when his legs start to get tired on him, I think that when I get the distance on him, if I get him good, then yeah, I think I can stop him. I figure 7 or 8 maybe.
The challenger has only one defeat in 22 professional bouts. He too is super confident.
Me siento muy bien y la preparación está bien y voy a ser próximo campeón del mundo, si Dios quiere. He feels good about the fight. He's worked hard, and he says he's going to be the next world champion.
How did he think he's going to win it, or how would he like to win this fight?
Pienso ganará por nocaut, si Dios quiere, la Virgen María. En menos de 5 o 6 rounds va a durar la pelea. If he feels he's going to win by knockout within 5 or 6 rounds.
Stand by. The main event is coming up on Mnet Supersport, your channel of champions. Brought to you by Scimitar Security Guarding. The undefeated champion from the United States, Kennedy the King McKinney, against the challenger from Venezuela, Jose Rincones, for the IBF Super Bantamweight title of the world.
Introducing in the blue corner, weighing it at 54.90 kilograms, wearing gold and black trunks. He has a fight record of 22 with 19 wins, 2 draws, and 1 loss. From Venezuela, fighting out of Los Angeles, Jose Rincones. And introducing in the red corner, weighing it at 55.20 kilograms, wearing red and gold trunks. He is undefeated in 25 fights. The IBF Junior Featherweight Champion of the World, Kennedy McKinney.
Okay, you follow the rules, back hands, good luck to you both. Okay, go to your corner first.
And here we go, the gong for the start of this World Junior Featherweight, or called it Super Bantamweight title fight. Kennedy the King McKinney in the red trunks against his Venezuelan challenger, Jose Rincones. We've seen these two for the past week working out in the gym here, and I must say that Rincones, who came here as a total unknown, has left us the impression that he's a pretty smart fighter, moves well, some very crisp, nice, neat punching that he has, and I think he's going to give McKinney a good fight. McKinney, of course, undisputed today as one of the best fighters of his weight in the world. 25 wins in 25 fights. Rincones, of course, only had one defeat. A defeat that he really smarts about. He said he went to Italy, and there he was beaten on a disqualification. Doesn't want to talk any more about it than that. But since then, 3 good wins that have pushed him right back in the rankings of all 3 international bodies. And here he is tonight, fighting for the world title.
And there he catches McKinney, Kennedy McKinney with a nice double left hook. I watched them both training this week, Len, and they were both looking in superb condition. And not forgetting, Rincones was a world amateur champion. Kennedy McKinney won the World Olympics in Seoul in 1988, and he's gone on to become the world champion. So we're in for a good fight here.
And of course, Rincones, back in his days as an amateur, a world champion himself, and of course rated the finest amateur produced in South America at that time. Venezuelan officials say that he's the best their country ever produced as an amateur. So here we have 2 of the greatest amateurs of their days fighting for a world professional title. Really good ringmen up ahead of us here, and a nice right hand from Rincones goes through. That's the punch that McKinney has to beware of. Here in the tent of the Carousel, packed out with 4,000 spectators, Kennedy McKinney. We've seen him on camera before in this country, but this is the first time live.
Kennedy's forcing a nice left jab. Rincones countering with his own left hook. Both guys are slick movers, and Kennedy's got a great left jab. He just needs to keep out of the reach of Rincones.
Well, of course, McKinney is the power puncher of the pair. I don't think Rincones really has the strength in his punches to upset the champion, but he throws so many of them that could be something of a deciding factor.
Who can forget to come from beyond knockout victory for Kennedy over Welcome Nikita when he took the IBF title.
Nice left hand from Rincones. That was a smart move. Saw the opening, hooked in his left and moved away to get out of any trouble himself. He's a smart mover as Rincones. Knows how to use the ring. There's the end of an interesting first round. And here we'll have something in the corner of Rincones with him, trainer Albert Davila. Of course, it's all in Spanish.
No problem.
That's Kenny Adams talking to Kennedy McKinney.
Hold on, I'm coming up. How you say, want some more? How? Continue to use the jab, Mike. Continue to use the jab. No hay que subir que te quiten nada. Y con los minutos arriba y fíjale. Si hace algo, entrésale para atrás.
Well, we may not understand Spanish, but I can tell you the words of advice must be pretty sound because they come from one of the best Bantamweight champions of the world in recent years, Albert Davila, WBC champion 10 years ago. He's the trainer of Jose Rincones. Kenny Adams, the trainer of Kennedy McKinney, has been with him from the outset, trained him as an amateur in the U.S. Army. And there's the Rincones sweeping right hand over the top, just glances off McKinney's jaw.
Nice combination coming there from Kennedy, but missing the mark.
McKinney told us before the fight, this man is a runner, I'm going to have to catch him. Well, that's exactly what he's going to have to do right now because Rincones is using the ring. Comes in, jabs, throws a couple of lows, and then moves around fast.
Gets in and out very quickly, and he's got good reflexes as Rincones, making Kennedy miss. Kennedy's trying to cut the ring off, but battling to nail him down.
And there was another thought of McKinney's who said, I'm going to have to cut him off to get on top of him here, and that's what I'm going to try to do all the way through. And if you see on the trunks of Kennedy McKinney as he turns his back to us, scimitar security guarding, good sponsors, of course it's on the ring mat as well. And it's coming to you tonight live from the Carousel. I'm Leonard Neal, with me at the ringside, Brett Taylor, doing commentary.
And Rincones moving side to side, keeping the king guessing. The king being Kennedy McKinney, the world champion in the red trunks. Rincones in the gold trunks with black stripes. Whereas Kennedy, the aggressor.
He's a smart mover, as Rincones. He keeps out of the way pretty smartly. Gets in there, throws a couple of shots, and he moves out fast. McKinney's really going to have to cut off the corners and get to his man. He looks the more dominating person in most of the exchanges, does McKinney. He looks like he's going to get there sometime, but getting there is going to be a bit tricky because this man moves fast.
Well, Rincones' first 12-rounder, most of his fights been 8-rounders up from there. His last fight been a 10-rounder. So Kennedy's got the experience.
Yes, there are no big names in Rincones' record, but they tell me the type of fighter he has met has been good war horses, the kind that really build you up for a fight of this nature. He's certainly showing no fear of this world champion. McKinney trying to get that jab going, not quite finding his mark with it. He's the taller, bigger man, and that's the end of round 2.
And there we see both 28 years of age coming in at the same weight. Kennedy McKinney having a height and reach advantage over Rincones.
Slide and turn underneath, okay? No problem. No problem. Take and turn on your feet. Don't stand so straight. Come on.
And it's round 3 coming up. Kennedy, the King McKinney, defending his IBF junior featherweight title of the world against Jose Rincones, ex-Venezuelan, now fighting out of Los Angeles. Good left hook coming over the top counter spot there against McKinney. McKinney seems to be a little bit sluggish at this stage of things. He is trying to dominate the fight, but he's not quite getting there with his shots.
Not at all. Then he showed his defense is pretty good, stopping both double left hook blows from Rincones. He does appear sluggish. His punches aren't as sharp as what they normally are.
That's an unusual movement. Almost the knees bend and bounce up from Rincones. I think you'll have to be aware of that. If he ducks down too low, he'll get warned by the referee. Keep up. Keep your head above the belt.
That's right. So one of Kennedy's punches I saw him practicing in the week was a neat right uppercut, so he's going to have to watch out for that.
Well, that lands while he's in that knee bend position. He'll know all about it. He won't come up too quickly. He'll go right down.
Rincones proving to be quite an elusive target here. He comes over with a nice right hand that catches McKinney on the side of the head.
Yes, he's very elusive. He's using the tactics of get in, throw 2-3 punches and get right out of there before anything comes back. But if he keeps bobbing up and down like that, I think McKinney's going to unleash that right hand of his just now, that right uppercut. That could be dangerous. But right now, McKinney does seem to be having some trouble finding his length and his real reach with on a moving target. He's not getting in with crisp shots.
Rincones is leading with that left hook to the body, leaving himself wide open for McKinney's right. He's going to have to watch out for that. It's quite a slick move. He's catching him unawares. He catches McKinney with a double punch combination there.
He's a very fast puncher, is Rincones. when he does go in there, he throws his punches fast before he gets out again. And the speed there is really proving a little bit tantalizing to McKinney at the moment. McKinney coming forward all the time. Rincones, of course, told there by referee Christodoulou, keep your punches up. That one caught McKinney right on the belt line. Oh, we thought before this pair got in the ring it would be more of a boxing match than a slugfest, and I think that's exactly what it's proving to be. These two are primarily boxers, they're not sluggers.
And McKinney catches him with a double left jab. No power in the punches, though. They're still a scoring punch.
There we go to the end of round 3, and there's not an awful lot in this fight at this stage.
And then we see the right hand come from Rincones. Kennedy countering with his own right uppercut. And that's one of his danger punches there. Now the punch really landing.
So you won't get caught with the wild hooks, okay? Catch his hook here and drive underneath here, okay? When he gets low, get a little low with it and jab, okay? There we go.
And Kenny Adams telling McKinney in the corner there, use more of the hook to the body. And when he gets ready to roll, jab.
Well, he caught Rincones with a nice left hook there.
There he's using the jab more now as McKinney. If he can get that jab going and he can get it on target, then Rincones will find a problem because he won't be able to get past him.
He needs to find his rhythm. Up till now, it's been one punch at a time. He needs to start throwing combinations. Rincones not giving him a chance to settle with his punches as he moves all the time both directions.
Oh, he's a moving target, is Rincones. He's not easy to find. McKinney camp claimed he was a runner, and right now he's, well, I wouldn't call him entirely a runner, but there he catches a couple of nice shots with the left hand to McKinney, but gets tagged himself with the right hand to the head. Has McKinney going backwards.
Rincones caught McKinney with a great right hook to the chin. He had Kennedy in a bit of trouble there.
It's Rincones really who's looking to smart a punch with the two, and another nice left hand from Rincones goes in. He's finding his target, whereas McKinney is still battling to get himself into his stride. Fighting the elusive, evasive type of action is Rincones. Gets snapped in the face with the left hand from McKinney. But that's one of the rare punches McKinney has landed.
Rincones throws a nice double left hook to the body or to the head. Nice double left jab coming from Kennedy.
Uses the body swerve and sway very well, does Rincones. McKinney's finding it hard to get past that because that's what's causing him not to get home with his better shots. Must be somewhat frustrating to the champion at this stage to have gone this far and he can't get in one good clean shot.
Nice right hand catching Rincones on the side of the head there.
McKinney practicing with that left jab. He's really looking for it. He's trying to get it going. He wants to settle himself behind it so he can really jab away and keep Rincones at the end of it. But this is a slippery eel, this man. He's hard to keep there.
Well, it really is frustrating for Kennedy. Trying to set Rincones up. Rincones rushes and scores a few points and rushes out.
aire. Agárrame aire. Está bien cansado. Agárrame aire. Está bien. Lo que venimos, papi, lo que dijiste. Oye, esa derecha, si te pone más tiempo, tírate la arriba.
And there we see the left hook missing, and Rincones countering with his own right hand that catches Kennedy. And he's got McKinney on the back foot there.
Yes, he certainly has shown little respect for the champion, hasn't he? He's been going at him as often as he can in this fight. And scoring perhaps the better punches. Not an awful lot of strength in those blows. Bit of a welt underneath Rincones' right eye there. Nothing too serious, but there is a welt coming up. Now it's up to McKinney to really try and get himself going with that left jab. He needs to put that left jab in and keep Rincones going backwards. Not allowing Rincones to come in with those snappy 1-2 shots of his and getting out again.
He's trying a speedy jab, but Rincones catches him with a great right hand.
You know, if Rincones with a big punch of that right hand that he connected with would have really hurt McKinney, it would have hurt anybody. It was a good, clean shot right on the jaw, and yet there's not enough power in this man to upset the champion.
He's showing no respect for the champion at all. The champion's battling to get his combinations going.
He's battling to get any of his punches going because there he takes 3 without replying. Oh, but a nice right hand from McKinney. Did shake Rincones there. That one connected a bit high up, but it did connect. And you get the feeling that if McKinney can really get those shots on target, that the whole scene might change around here. But right now, Rincones is showing that his slippery style is proving very, very problematic to this world champion.
Another right hand catching Rincones, but he seems to move his head and ride with the punch a lot.
Yes, he rides the blow very well, does Rincones. But he can't ride him forever. If McKinney's going to find his target now, and he's starting to look a little bit better, and there's another right and another gone through. McKinney now finding his man. This is better from McKinney. He's coming through with the shots now.
That's right.
The right hand finding its mark, and another one goes in. That's better punching from McKinney.
Well, with all those right hands, you'd think Rincones would keep his left hand up.
Oh, and a good left hook and a right hand. And now Rincones is in trouble. The McKinney punches are now finding their target. This is what he's been looking for, and Rincones has suddenly stopped moving around. He's up against the rope, and McKinney is throwing them in now. The left and the right going in, and Rincones very unhappy. Another right goes in the left, and the right hand bouncing off Rincones, and down he goes. Down he goes. He was going down from one right, and another one helped him on the way. He's not going to get up. He is out. 2 right hands into the fight. That was McKinney. McKinney got suddenly into his stride, and those right-handers bounced off his opponent, and from that point on, the fight swung around. Rincones had no chance whatsoever.
And there they're keeping Rincones on the canvas until the doctor comes in to check him out.
Well, what a swing about that was. I mean, Rincones was looking good up to that stage. Those first 4 rounds, he was smart. He was boxing pretty well. But, of course, he was being allowed to do so because McKinney just wasn't on target. But once he got the target, it was all over. Here we'll see a little bit of the slow-mo, and here you see exactly what happened.
Yeah, and you see McKinney softening him up in the body, trying to get him to lower his hands. But he's catching Rincones almost at will now. Kennedy coming over with that right hand. Now we can see why Kennedy is regarded as one of the best pound-for-pound champions in the world today. And he's certainly one of the most powerful junior featherweights in the world.
Yes, here he unleashed a barrage of right-handers here. Those right-handers just kept coming through. It's amazing how he took those 4 rounds to find any form of target, and suddenly he clicked, and it was all one way. He swung the fight round so dramatically, so completely. There down goes Rincones. A barrage of right hands that really put the end to him.
Let me see. The right hand catching him, coming again on the side of the head.
Yes, he's really upset by those right-handers. They were swinging and banging away, and that one just helped him along the route.
Ladies and gentlemen, the official results. The winner by knockout, 2 minutes, 40 seconds into round 5, and still the undefeated junior IBF featherweight champion of the world, Kenny McKinney. The IBF supervisor at ringside, Mr. Walter Stone, will present
Kenny McKinney, Steve Schwett is standing right next to him, and the coach as well. Kenny, this was Zavala all over again, just as impressive.
Well, thank you. First of all, let's thank the Lord Jesus Christ for giving me the strength to win the fight. Well, he came out, he fought me more than I thought he would. I thought he would move more, which he did move a little bit, but I knew he would get tired, or he would slow down a little. And when he slowed down, I caught up with him. And that was the key, just to let him run, move, throw his shots until I caught him. I didn't want to rush myself. I had patience. And when I caught up with him, I did what had to be done, and that's put the combination together, put the punches together, and I took him out.
Well, when we spoke to you earlier in the week, you said he'd be on his bicycle, you'd be cutting down the ring. You did that, but your work rate was pretty low in the beginning. We were a bit worried. He caught you a couple of times, didn't hurt you.
No, I didn't worry, because we had 12 rounds to fight. There was only one round. And you can't win every round, but I knew going on that if I just kept putting the pressure on and kind of picked it up every round, that he would slow down. And in the 5th round, he did. He stayed on the ropes, and he allowed me to let my punches go, and you see what happened.
You're at your peak at the moment.
Oh, yeah. I mean, right now, I'm the best at 122 pounds, and I think everybody out there knows that. So I'm looking for Tracy Patterson or either Wilfredo Vasquez, who has the WBC and the WBA title. I'm trying to be undisputed champion. I hope those guys come on out and fight me. Don't stand in my way of greatness, you know what I mean? So,
all right, champ. Well, before we get on to that, we spoke to Welcome earlier on. He had a pretty impressive victory in his fight. Now, we said to him that you weren't quite sure whether you wanted to fight him here in April or not. What's the story there? King, coach?
Well, it's no problem in fighting Welcome Nacita. For what's going to hurt him once again, he's come back after a terrific knockout by McKinney, and he fought 2 dead men. So how's he going to prepare by fighting 2 dead men? We will not be dead men. We will be dead men in his butt. So he can look for the same thing he got in Italy. It's going to be the same right in front of his home where everybody can see it. Huh? So, but our manager back here, he's going to tell you everything that's going to be happening for the Nacita fight. Talk to Mr. Carpenter, please.
All right, let's have the word then.
Yes, indeed. I tell you what, Kennedy looked great tonight. Rincones came out with the USO show. Kennedy came out strong with the Green Beret, and we took care of business. We're going to fight Nacita. Nacita doesn't want to fight Kennedy, but he wants to come back to be champion. His day is over. Kennedy is ready to maintain this championship and go on to unify the title.
Well, Celia Kennedy, it's been awesome watching you in your last 2 fights. It was another awesome victory. Congratulations. Whoever you fight in the future, good luck.
I'd like to say hi to all my family back home in Memphis, everybody in the hood. Hey, it's another knockout. Watch out.
Well done, King. Thank you. Let's go back to ringside.
Well, it's not quite ringside, and you can just see how far Super Sport stretches if he was saying hello to the folks back home.